simple tip, right? I learned this from, I learned it from the law of attraction. I learned it from a lot of the life coaches, people in self-improvement, the Les Browns and Robbins, and even from family, even my mum and my nan used to tell me to do this. So this is old school, right? It's not for everyone, but this works for me, and I built a successful business doing it. Now, buy a pad of paper, right? Doesn't have to be this exact one. You can get one, this cost me £2, right? Buy a pad of paper, hold on a second, right? Get a black ink pen, it could be blue, but I prefer black. Sit down, find a quiet place where you have no distractions, where you can just totally relax, and come up with a strategy as to how you want your life to be, how you want your life to look like. And I'll give you a simple way. There's two things you can do here. Now, things that are stressing you out in your life, that are causing anxiety, fears or responsibilities, I do this, it helps so much, guys, for mental health and anxiety, right? Write them down. Now, you might be scared to initially write down the things that frighten you because you're scared to look at them. But I'm telling you, by getting them out and off your chest and on a piece of paper, it has it's therapy, right? So you can do that. But more excitingly, write your goals down. Like, don't be afraid to, even if you don't believe that you can achieve them, right? I'm going to help you with my videos and mentorship. Over time, you'll build that belief. I honestly believe, right? These are things in the law, like a lot of things in law of attraction they work. When you write down what you want to achieve and you write it down with a passion to achieve it, I honestly do think whatever we want to call it, the Lord, God, or the universe itself, it helps you. You can achieve it. I've achieved so many things, guys. It sounds ridiculously simple. I've achieved things that are quite scary, and they don't sound, well, it didn't seem possible for me. But when I wrote them down on paper, and I kept journaling and writing them down, and it gave me a power. It gave me a belief that I could do it, and it gets it out. Because when you keep things bottled up to yourself, and you have these ideas, you've got all these thoughts, you've got your life, and you're trying to create your own reality, it's very difficult. So it simplifies is something that's complicated. So the law of attraction talks about that, what you think on a day-to-day basis and what you act on. If you think negative thoughts every day and you act on them, then you're not going to create a great reality. You're not going to, you're not going to be using that law of attraction that's been around for so many years in the right way. But when you start writing things down, you're starting off with like the complete fundamentals and the basics. Now, I know some people can write it in their phone or type it. I've done that. You can do it that way if it works for you. Spiritually, I prefer writing it down on paper. I think there's more effort. I just like writing it down. So write down what your long-term goals are for 2022. And in between that, I do this with clients. It's a good little trick, right? If you don't believe you can achieve your big goals and they feel too overwhelming and they don't feel possible, set the big goals, write them down, right? You give yourself a year to achieve them or more, and have little short-term goals. Achieve the short-term goals to get into the habit of goal setting and building that confidence and self-belief that you can achieve goals. If you can achieve small goals, then it gives you the confidence, the courage, the wisdom, the understanding, and you're using the law of attraction, I think, in a better way to go on and achieve the bigger goals. So goal setting has been around for so many years because it works. It really does work, but you've got to work it. Because I ask people all the time, guys, and some people are like, yeah, they get thrown off. They haven't really got goals. They just know in their head that I'm not happy with my life. I'm depressed. I wish I had a better life. But it's like, well, how? What are the details? These are the things that you do learn. By the way, a good friend of mine has got a YouTube channel. It's brilliant. He teaches the law of attraction, and I like it because it comes from his perspective, and he's a great guy. I'm going to leave a link to his channel. I want you to check his channel out. Look at the videos. He does short videos, long. He's a brilliant guy, a good friend of mine. I've known him for years. He's very good at creating his own reality, and he's a positive person, and I think you'll get a lot out of his videos. He's a really great guy. I believe the channel is called Reality Intended. So I'm going to leave a link below to his channel, and you're going to check out his videos because he specializes on the law of attraction and videos, and he breaks it down in an amazing way. He does these simple short videos that make things click on how to manifest more money, more positivity, relationships, etc. I'm also sharing with you like some of the ways, because I think that's the thing with all things. You've got to make it work for you. The law of attraction is quite, people have got different understandings of it, and I've got my own understanding, but I've made it work for me. And the big thing what I got out of it, like I said, was writing goals down and then affirming those goals with affirmations, not just writing them down a book and then throwing the book away and forgetting, you can't do that. You've got to look at them, I'd say at least once a day, and go over them and visualize and start to believe that you're going to do it. And then obviously you've got to take the action, like I said. It can't just be the law of attraction without the law of attraction with the law of taking action. So it definitely works. But the reason why a lot of people will say that it's BS and it don't work, because they don't know how to work it. They don't want to go through the suffering. They don't want to face the fears. They don't want to change. They don't want to work on themselves. If you don't look at yourself, your issues, your demons and your fears, and you don't stop projecting your problems onto everybody else, then the law of attraction isn't going to work for you. That's a big part of what it states. It says you create your reality, you manifest your reality, your life, most of it, with your thinking and your beliefs. That's like a base level understanding. A bit more advanced is your vibration. Now we're all made of atoms or whatever, we're made of energy. If you're negative and resentful and pessimistic, of course you're going to be like a refrigerator. Obviously my fridge vibrates at a positive vibration because I'm positive and my place has got positive energy. If your energy is negative, then you're going to attract more negative. So what I'm saying is, writing the goals down on paper is going to be a process as to where you get your vibration more positive. You get your frequency up. You start working the law of attraction, all these principles in the right way. Do any of you know, right? Because I don't know everything about it. I don't claim to, right? But I'm sure that a lot of the principles originate back to the Bible. I'm not 100% on that, but a Christian friend of mine was telling me that they do, right? But I could be wrong. So if any of you know more than I do about the law of attraction, I'm going to ask my friend. Let me know in the box below, because some of you would know. But I'm sharing what I know to be true, what's worked for me, and what I've seen, and that's the goal-setting aspect of law of attraction. That's the affirmations, that's the visualizing, and then massive action. Because if you just write goals down and say, because this is what some people do as well, they believe in the law of attraction, they're super naive, they're in denial, and they're not going to be successful in the best version. I'm not judging, being honest. They're like, yes, law of attraction's amazing. We create our own reality of our perception, what you think, what you manifest. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but there's a lot more that you've got to do to make that work. You can't just sit here and go, well, I'm overweight, I'm out of shape. Law of attraction. Imagine having a six-pack. Imagine being ripped jack like Bruce Lee Van Damme. And then what do you think? You're just going to wake up the next day and then you're going to be ripped? No. You've got to get your ass in that gym. You've got to change your diet. You've got to get a good training regime. You've got to train right, and you've got to work your ass off. And then you're going to create your own physique, which is part of you creating your reality. So I've always believed it because it works, but I'll cut the BS. That's just how I am. I don't tolerate bollocks or things that are not true. So the law of attraction works for those who work it, who take massive responsibility, who take massive action, who set goals, who visualize, who work hard, who face their fears, who fail. And of course, none of us are perfect. You're going to get days where you're going to feel negative, but that's where you've got to work on your mental health. So for me, in my experience, what helps you to work that law, those principles that are taught in the law of attraction, is to get yourself into a good place. And the way you do that is, it's my teaching two ways. Training, physical fitness, and socializing around positive people. And that's what you see me doing. So everybody's going to have their own opinion about it, which is totally fine and you should do, but the principles are kind of the same. So you start working, obviously on a base level, yes, you can do it right now. You can start practicing the law by thinking positive thoughts and not identifying with negative thoughts and breaking that pattern, that chain that you constantly think, that you've been thinking for many years unless you're aware of it. So obviously it gets deeper than, like all teachings, there's like a foundation. As you get into it, it gets more advanced, but I think that's enough today. Like I said, check out my friend's new channel, because that's his area of expertise. I'm not a teacher on the law of attraction, but I have used some of the principles in my life and I've succeeded, and I can teach what I know. My teaching is about taking action, anxiety management, getting over social anxiety, etc. But I've learned a lot along my journey, so I like to share it and learn from different people. That's a wise thing to do. But yeah, do that, guys. Try it. It's great for mental health and it's great for getting over anxiety, social anxiety. Write it down. It's quite therapeutic. It's quite fun, and you might end up coming up with goals that you didn't know you had. You know, and it's quite a nice, and it's also good practice as well to improve your grammar, your writing. It's good for the mental health. So give it a shot, and let me know what you thought. Let's have a chat about this, and let me know. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on the law of attraction. Have you heard of it? Have you tried it? Has it worked for you? And do any of you know, I'm going to do some research anyway, does the principles from that, which a lot of self-help stuff do, does it originate back to the Bible, or does it go back to religion and those ancient texts and things like that? I'm sure it does. I'm pretty confident it does, all right? Speak to you guys soon. Fearless.